Um, Good morning. Excuse me, I'm getting over COVID. The fuck? What is it? I don't even know what that is. I'm getting over COVID, and I'm getting over a warlock. I'm getting over a man that abused me emotionally, spiritually. In my opinion, left me open, susceptible to a lot of people. I'm just going through a lot right now, like right in this moment. I'm just disappointed. I'm disappointed in my ancestors. I'm disappointed in the universe. I'm disappointed in my collective. I'm disappointed in myself. I'm disappointed in the man that I loved for so long. And when I broke up with this guy, hi, thanks. I don't think it will be, and I don't really care anymore. I'm so fucking tired of struggling financially. When I broke up with this man, I was being initiated into a coven, and I didn't want to go, and I said no. And I guess this coven was pretty influential in the way that they had more money than anybody I'd ever met. They were multimillionaires. They literally had multiple mansions. We're talking about the 1% elite. I'm talking big. I'm talking big coven, and I said no to their most prized dark prince, and I broke up with him, told him no, and he's watched me for, I don't know, about the last 6 weeks we've been broken up. He's been studying me and watching me still, monitoring me online. And before we ended things, he told me that he would punish me for leaving, and he certainly has, especially financially. He really wants me to seem untrustworthy. He wants me to seem like I don't know what I'm talking about, like my head's not screwed on straight. Anyway, it was a coven of probably damn near 60 people on either side. They call themselves the Cats and the Dogs. It's literally, that's their coven name. They call themselves that, the Cats and the Dogs. And I told them, basically, shove your money up your ass. And I've been paying for it ever since. And that's how it is. That's how it is. Sometimes you have to, sometimes your soul is worth more than the fucking salary they offered you, the car, the house, a whole life I could have had. It would have been like the dream life, and I fucking loved him too, And I fucking loved him too, I could have done it, god damn it. I could have. The Dark Prince himself, I could have done it, But I said no, and I've been saying no for years to men like that, and god damn it if I'm not tired of struggling financially for doing so. if I'm not just fucking exhausted, and how they always use spell work to fuck me up in some way, and it is real, and I know I say it all the time, guys. You're God, and it really is you in your own mind, and I get that, but there's also truth. Also truth in the fact that the person you fucking loved more than life itself could do that to you. Anyway, I was offered a salary to go be with him, and his family was getting us a house. Literally, there was a house in construction for us that they were putting together, and I was about to get a car and everything, like, just this whole fucking life, of course. And I just didn't want it. When I found out how evil those people were, I didn't want anything to do with it. So we broke up. I broke up with him, and he still stalks me and watches me, and I can feel his tentacles just. I just need help. I just need help. And I'm so tired of people thinking that when somebody asks for help, it makes them wrong or weak. I'm so tired of this whole system. I'm tired of the simulation. I'm tired of being in this video game. I'm tired of knowing my ex exists. I met someone else after we broke up, and he's punishing me for that. And I know that he's punishing me for that. He fucking told me on my way out, I better not find out that you even touch another man, look at another man, shake hands with another man. I will be punishing you. That's literally what he told me in one of my last ever interactions with that douchebag. And I guess it must have got to my head exactly as he wanted. It must have fucked with my mind. When imagine my shock when a guy who shows up here at this Airbnb just a couple days later after I fully ended it with him, imagine my shock when they have the same name. And I was like, what the fuck are the odds of that? And it's not a very common name. I talked to my other roommate, my new friend, about it yesterday. I told him about this story. And I was like, how often do you hear that name? And he's like, oh, nah, that's not a common name. Marco? That's not a common name. And, so I was really surprised when I fell madly in love with this guy that was actually really good and really sweet and really loving and really gentle and really kind. And that also fucked me up, and I got abused last month, physically laid hands on. A man abused me last month too. That fucking fucked me up too. I'm struggling. I don't think I can keep up. I think I'm going through so fucking much. And I don't think I let anybody know because I don't want anybody to have to see what I'm going through. I don't want you to have to look at what it takes to be free as a woman in this world. Like, how when you turn these people down, what happens? But this is what happens. You get fucking punished. Of course you get punished. Of course narcissists are gonna punish you on your way out. Of course they're gonna make an example of you. And of course it's gonna take everything you have. Every ounce of faith you have in God that you don't have anymore. When you see the worst of humanity like that. I've been so responsible with my money, only spending it on rent and food, just necessities. Literally, it's all I can afford lately. And just, I'm just struggling. And it's disappointing me. My heart. I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed that he really does work for the dark. Like, he really does. I guess he really does. And he told me. He told me if he ever loses me, he told me he will really start working for the dark. He said he doesn't even mind it. He'll go to the dark, and he promises. And I know he did, and I know he did, and I know he did, and I know he does, and I know he stays there. And he sends these like dark ass minions, these like following, hovering spirits, monitoring spirits to me too, and I'm fucking over it. I'm just over the struggle. I'm over struggling. I'm just having a really hard time right now with faith, and I don't really care anymore. If whatever happens to me tomorrow happens to me tomorrow, I don't fucking care. I'm done. I'm tired of it. I don't care sometimes. I think that's what the whole thing is they just want you to be okay with just giving up, and that's where I'm at. So, I am okay with giving up. I'm finally okay with giving up. I don't care anymore. I don't care. Whatever. So what? I'm in a shelter tomorrow. Who cares? That's if they have a bed. And I don't fucking even care. I don't even fucking care anymore. God, just fucking go there, Jenna. Pack up your shit and do it finally. Just fucking do it. Just fucking do it. I wish God would just put me out of my misery. I had to literally put a man behind bars a month ago for putting his hands on me. This random stranger at this place. And that's really fucked my psyche pretty bad. And then having to break up with my ex-warlock. That when I found out he did a spell on me, when I found out he was literally doing love spells on me, and I fucking saw it in the fucking flesh. I saw what he was doing. Conveniently, his family offered me a very lucrative gig. Hush money, basically. And I said no. Told him, shove your money right up your ass. Put it right on up there. Take the Benjamins and shove it so far up your ass that you're tasting hemp. That is really how I fucking feel about my ex, the barely walking warlock. He is the darkest, most sinister being I have ever met in my life. And not only did I dodge a bullet, but I would gladly live under a goddamn bridge than ever be with him. And if we want to double down on a war, let's go. If it's one girl against an entire community of warlocks, then let's go. I love those odds. I don't need their money. I need God, and I don't even need him anymore. I'm fucking done with God too. Disappointed. I'm so disappointed in my ancestors. I'm so disappointed in this community. I'm so disappointed. I'm disappointed in the light. I'm disappointed in love. I'm disappointed. And then I fell for this fucking guy that I slept with, and I had it's not one night stand. He actually came back. I didn't tell anybody that. I wasn't gonna tell anybody that. But he did. He came back. We had a one night stand. He was supposed to be here for 3 weeks. And we instantly hit it off like love at first sight. Amazing. Within 5 minutes, I already had his phone number, and it was just the most gorgeous thing I'd ever seen. And he was supposed to stay 3 weeks. He has a very lucrative job, and his business moves him all over the country. And this was just one stop, and we happened to just really hit it off. And it was lovely. It was amazing. It was beautiful. And my ex found out about it. And I got punished for it. So he was supposed to be here 3 weeks, but his boss called, and it was an emergency situation in Georgia. He had to leave. And I thought that was it for sure. I thought that was it. And I'd never see that guy again. It was so sad. We hugged, and like I cried. Because I was like, damn it. My heart's gonna fucking shatter. I just know it. And he left, and we didn't talk. We didn't have any contact at all, really. Like, I would send a couple texts, but they never went answered. And it started to really play on my mind, too, after getting fucking hit last month. Random stranger. And dealing with a breakup of a fucking coven. On top of that now. Financial issues, and then losing this guy that I was, like, really, really into. And I didn't tell anybody this because I wasn't gonna tell anybody. I didn't want anybody to really fuck it up. Like it needs fucking up. It doesn't need fucking up, Jenna. It's already fucked up. So I wasn't gonna tell anybody. I was really gonna keep it a secret and try for the first time in my life to keep one of those. You ever heard of them? They're called secrets. You ever heard of that? You ever heard of keeping your trap shut? I've heard of it. I've just never ever contributed in any way to keeping my trap shut for my own well-being. So after 3 weeks of no contact with that guy, the other day, I woke up to a phone call, and it was so beautiful. I was like, it was like 8 a.m. I was like, I still had like sleep in my eye. I was like, what? I answered. I was like, "Okay, what? Why are you calling me? What is this?" I thought I was dreaming. I for real, fucking thought I was dreaming. And he's like, "Hey, darling, guess who's outside your door right now?" Shut the fuck up. Leave me alone. I'm in a dream. Go away. And he's like, "Why don't you come downstairs and check it out?" Yeah, his boss brought him right back here again. Just for a couple days. It wasn't anything, but I mean, it was definitely something. It just wasn't anything long term. And anyway, it was like the happiest day of my life, and I will never forget that. I will never forget how the universe fucking loved me that day. He came back. He wasn't staying here. He had a hotel, way nicer. But I was the first stop. He didn't even go to the hotel first. He came right to me. I just couldn't even believe it. I was his first stop when he got here. It was like so amazing. And then, of course, the universe separated us again. And here I am once again, feeling like my heart is fucking shattered because there's nothing. And I'm being targeted and harassed and stalked by my ex and punished every goddamn time I do anything for myself. And I am so over it. I'm so over assholes that think they can control you with fucking magic and spell work and fucking... I'm so over it. I'm so over it. I wasn't gonna tell anybody. I wanted to see if, like, me keeping a secret for once in my goddamn life. My big fucking mouth. I wanted to see if I kept it a secret, if, like, it would help matters. It's... No. I was so happy. My face so fucking puffy. I was so happy. And then he left again, and then he... And then we've just been our connection's been psychically attacked since then, and my finances have been attacked since then, and that's what they want, you see? That's what they want. They want it to look like I'm a fucking lunatic, and no one should listen to me, and that it should be more financially prosperous to turn down an entire coven of 60 cats and dogs. That nobody tells them no. Nobody tells that coven no. Multimillionaires. Not a drop of love in any of their hearts, but yet more money than God. Nobody tells them no and gets away with it. Well, I'll be the first. And I didn't like the fact that one of their own took their lives. And then I had recently found out that another man in that family committed suicide. I was just like, no, thank you. It's a dark coven of death, and I don't want to be part of it. And I'm not going to give you my gifts. I'm not giving you my energy. I'm not giving you my time. I'm going to be exposing this shit from the fucking ground up. I will be exposing every single thing that happened to me, because why the fuck not? What are you going to do about it, huh? Take my money? Do so. Ruin my reputation? What reputation? I cry on the internet for a living. What the fuck are you gonna do? Take away the love of my life? Well, he's kind of already gone. So what is it really when you get to the point of nothing? You have nothing to lose. So I guess I didn't want to have to go nuclear. I didn't want to have to get really, really rowdy about the shit that's been happening to me. But you get to a point where there's not much else to do but to expose the darkness that it is and just be a whistleblower and uncover the whole thing. What are they going to do, kill me? Bitch, I've already been dead. What are you going to do? Help me go to God faster? Okay. Thank you for the favor. It's just, I was punished for falling in love with another man. And you know what I think is so fucking ironic? You know what I think is the universe just shitting on this guy, and I love it so much, and I love it so much, and I told him right to his face. I swear to everything holy, I told this man right to his face. I said, you know what I think is so funny? Your karma is coming in, sir. This is my ex. Before I left, like the last thing I said to him, one of the last things. I think it's quite fitting that the universe just matched me with the man with your same name. And he's sleeping 10 feet from me, under the same roof. And you share the same name, and he showed up 2 days after I broke up with you. I think that's kind of amazing. I bet that's just the beginning of your karma. Yeah, no, I told him this. Had so much fun doing it, and you know I did. That of course I'd get punished. Was worth it. Fucking worth it. I'd do it again in a heartbeat. I'd tell him right to his face again in a heartbeat that I think the universe is giving you karma, and it's the most hilarious, delicious thing I've ever seen. So if you want to keep going to war with me, then do so. I'm one girl. I'm alone. I'm not lonely. If you want to keep going to war with me and you need an entire pound, animal pound of cats and dogs, then I guess we can go. We can go. We can keep going. I have my gifts and you have yours. And I'm not going to be utilizing any of mine to work for a dark coven. It's just not going to happen. Damn, 2 days you giving up pussy? Oh, no, it wasn't even 2 days. It was 5 minutes. I manifested him on purpose. I manifested that man, 100%. And he knew it, I knew it. Within 5 minutes, we knew. Absolutely. There was no ring on his finger, no ring on my finger. We were both singles of Pringle. And I was absolutely enjoying the karma that was coming in for me. So no, it didn't take 2 days for me to give it up. It took 5 minutes. And then when he left, he got an emergency call from work. I thought I'd never see him again. Oh God, I was so depressed for 3 weeks. I was like, damn, I'm not going to get over that guy, am I? I had dreams about him. I'd be meditating and I'd speak telepathically to him, but there was no contact at all in the phone at all. Like, we didn't contact in all that time. And so imagine my surprise when I just wake up one day to my phone ringing and he's like, I'm outside. What are the odds? Of all the places in the United States, how did you have to come back to this place? Which is basically bumfuck Iowa. It's in the middle of nowhere. And, yeah, it was the most amazing thing. It's still so amazing. I still am so glad that it happened. He healed my soul. And I'm really glad that I have one. I'm glad that I'll be able to say at the end of my life, God, I did it. I did everything that you told me to do. I'm glad that I'm going to be, at least my soul will be okay. Maybe not my bank account. Sure, who knows? But yeah, it was the most beautiful thing. And I'm still very much in love, and I don't ever really want to date anybody else. I know exactly who I want to manifest, and that's it. I know who I want to be with, and that's it. So love at first sight can happen, and that absolutely did happen. So I'm good with that. I'm good with knowing who it is I want. I'm good with getting my life in order. I'm good with consistently telling a dark coven to suck my big toe. I'm good with it. You guys can all shove your money right up your ass. And I hope, honestly, your money becomes an irrelevant moot point. I hope you lose your entire empire, to be honest with you. Did he really get an emergency call from work, or was he just trying to leave? You're very intense. Maybe he ran away. Jessica, is that a problem that you face quite often? Men leave you? Men run from you. Is that what it is? Because it sounds like a projection, honey. Anyway, back to the story that I was telling, and giving you the truth, because that's what I pride myself on, is being truthful and, very transparent, Jessica. Like I said, he left for an emergency at work because he's in a very, very high lucrative demand job, baby. That man knows how to be a man and a provider, so he definitely had to leave for work yet again. And I was okay with it. I was like, well, maybe, just maybe, this is like, a time apart so we can figure out everything. But there's nothing to figure out. I manifested him on purpose. Yeah, no, there's nothing to figure out. I want him, he wants me, period. That's it, end of story. That's also how it is with my money. I want my money and my money wants me. So I also know that that's ultimately how my life is going to be looking very soon. I will have a lot more money and I will have love in my life. And that's just how it's going to be. Right now, it happens to be one of those emotional moments where you cry in front of your worst enemies that would honestly wish you dead. But you do it anyway because you're a brave bitch. You do it anyway because sometimes the most incredible thing you can do is just admit that you're disappointed and you're sad. And that you're really let down by your twin flame, by your false twin flame, by soulmates, by fakes, by spiritual community, by people that pretend to be supporting you when really all they want to do is judge you, right? Jessica, Mestica, isn't that right? So really, I think what it is it's a battle of energy, and we're in the Hunger Games. It makes sense. Everybody's trying to get their 15 seconds, their recognition. They really want you to focus on them so you can keep building a reality for them. And then you take your power away in the way that I took mine away from that man in California who will be not doing very well. I took away my power from him and went so cold turkey that they're all just like stroking out over there, not even able to handle what's coming down the pike, which is that they were being monitored by people in the government, I'm assuming, because I found a lot of monitoring spirits in my life when I was around them. And so it really made me think, like, how many days do they have left of being rich and powerful and evil? I mean, I don't care. Fuck them all. I don't give a shit about any last one of those people anymore. But I went cold turkey. I'd gladly do it again. And yeah, right now, I'm seemingly suffering for it, but it's not that bad. It's not that bad. Even if I have to pack up my shit and go get a shelter, in the shelter, even if I have to go find a bed. Okay. And at least I have my soul intact. Even if I'm judged on the internet for giving it up to a man within the first 5 minutes we met. You're pretty intense. Thanks for noticing, Jess. Thanks for being here. I love that everybody has a fucking thing to say about my life when you live vicariously through me, Jessica. Don't act like I'm not doing something you guys wish you could do. Yeah? It might look like I'm struggling, but at least I'm living. And at the end of the day, I'll be able to be on my deathbed one day knowing that I lived life to the fullest and I did what I could. And I told people to suck it when I needed to. And I told people I love you when I needed to. And I told people thank you when I needed to. And I asked for help when I needed to. I cried when I needed to. I laughed when I needed to. Made friends when I needed to. Made enemies when I needed to. At least I can say that I did it. At least I can say I'm trying. How did that happen when you met the new man? I'm not judging you for having sex. I'm just saying it usually won't end well. No, you're saying it from your experience. Do you not get it? Do you not understand what projections are yet? Your experience is it doesn't end well for you. My experience has been nothing but healing. All I've done is gone to God since I met him. All I've done is see dreams of him and speak telepathically and have more hope in my life. So for you, it doesn't end well because you can't look past the 3D physical world of, oh shit, he left me and didn't text me. I don't live there. I don't live that life. I live in the 5D and the 4D, and the 3D will eventually show that again. So you are projecting your limitations about one night stands onto me, and I don't have those same limitations. I literally manifested him in a matter of an hour. It was the craziest thing. I had broken up with my ex. I had been breaking up with my ex for about a month, but I finally did it away with it. I was just like, no, I'm done. I'm like, I literally need to be done. And I told the universe, I literally need to be done. And 2 days later, my Airbnb host, the owner of the house, she was like, could you do me a favor and go through the house and smudge the house, sage the house? I just want some really happy vibes in the house. And I was like, yeah, that's actually a really good idea. I'd been here 9 or 10 months and we live on a cemetery. Well, I live on a cemetery. And there's all these travelers and random people that come and go. And she's like, I just want good vibes in the house. So could you please... Hey, I've got an idea, Jessica. Don't make me fucking boot you. Shut the fuck up. I'm not talking to you anymore. Go away. Go away. You're not judging. Yes, the fuck you are. It's obvious to everyone with eyeballs. It's obvious to everyone with eyeballs, honey. Every one of you that are typing something besides, I'm praying for you, Jenna. I love you. Thank you so much for everything you've done. I love your work. And I'm hoping that your finances improve. If you're not typing that shit during this story, you can fuck yourself. No, truly, you can go on somewhere. Thank you. So anyway, the Airbnb host, she was like, could you please sage the house for me? So I went through the whole house, from the basement all the way upstairs. I went through all the rooms, saged that house. I get to this one room, which is always the problematic room. And it's just like kind of a thing. It's like all the other rooms are good, but there's this one room that just is really creepy. And I saw 2 mirrors in this room. And I was like, why are there 2 mirrors here? And I knew that mirrors were portals. So I was like, they're a little too close for comfort. Maybe that's the problem and why this room is so weird. So I asked her before I did it, because I respect the house, you know, I respect the owner, and I don't ever want to do any spiritual work without someone's permission. Like, they're full on permission. I don't do anything witchy without somebody's permission. So I even asked, I texted her, I was like, I see these 2 mirrors and they're caked on with crud. It's so dirty. There's so much dirt and grime on these mirrors. Do you want me to clean them? And she said, yeah, please do. And she's like, can you move one of them? We don't need 2 in one room. And I was like, oh boy. Well, I'll go through the house and see which room probably needs a mirror. And I knew that room 5 is the magic room. And I knew to put it in there. So I picked up the mirror and I went and I put it into room 5. And went downstairs, did a live stream. I was doing some readings for some people, and I got a text message from my Airbnb host. Who is the craziest shit ever? You won't believe me. I get a text from her, and it's a screenshot of a picture and a booking for 3 weeks from this man named Marco. And that was my ex-boyfriend's name, Marcos. So she was like, is this your boyfriend? Is this appropriate? She was like, do you want this guy here? And I was like, girl, no, he's bad news. He's bad news. And they're both Mexican, which I found very ironic. And they're both pagan. They're both into like Viking culture and you know, what is it called? Anyway, she sent me the thing. She's like, okay, so yeah, he's literally booking the room next to you for 3 weeks. So he's literally coming in. He's 10 feet from you. So I said, yeah, but he's bad news. Like, don't let him in. And then I was like thinking to myself, dude, she's in the middle of fucking Iowa. In the middle of winter. This chick cannot say no to a 3-week freaking booking. She can't afford that. And I was like, girl, don't even make her do that. Just ignore the guy. If he shows up, just ignore him. So I said, I looked at the picture and I was like, that kind of doesn't even look like him though. I was, at first I thought, hold on, there's somebody hating on me in here and I can't fucking stand it. Let me read this comment and whoever it is. Oh God. Never mind. I'm just going to boot these people. Hold on. Okay, Jess, you're a real hater from your house, not even in real life. Right, period, period. Jessica, go the fuck away. Like, God, it's obvious. It's your energy, honey. You're the problem. You ever thought of that? Oh, jeez. Hi, Jaleesa. I'm sending you something for your room. How much do you need? Oh, my babe. I'm embarrassed to tell you because I mean it's almost like I need about, I hate to even say it out loud, but it's like $125. I have everything except that for a week extension. 125 USD. We'll see what God does. I appreciate you, Jaleesa, even considering it, even just watching me. I appreciate you, but look, at the end of the day, I think I'm getting to that point where I'm just like, you know what? The universe is obviously doing something magical in my life, and I'm not going to stop it. I'm not stopping it. I manifested a man within an hour, booking that room. And that room had not been touched for a month. There had not been anybody in that room for a whole month. My Airbnb host, we're in the middle of Iowa in winter. I knew she was desperate and I like this girl. I didn't want her to be struggling. So I told her, I said, you know what? I'll just ignore the guy. I'll keep it professional. If he's here, he's here. This is public housing. What are you going to do? She's like, well, honestly, babe, I can't even do anything. Airbnb would probably call me and say I'm discriminating. I don't even know if I'm allowed to reject him. She's like, there's no paper trail of him doing anything abusive. You've never called the cops. He doesn't even have bad reviews. So she was like, I can't boot your ex out of the house. He has to come and stay. And she's like, just girl to girl, friend to friend. Maybe, just maybe you need this closure. You either need to find out if it's real. You were trying to get him here the whole time anyway. She's like, you've been trying to get this guy to move in. And you break up with him and then boom, he pops up. He moves in. What? When you're dating him, he just can't figure it out, but you fucking break up with him and 2 days later he shows up. She was just like so shocked at all of this. She's like, well, either you need to get closure and you need to see like, is it real or not, and move on. And then I looked at the photo because I was at a live stream and I looked at the photo, and just looking at the photo, I mean, all I could tell, the only similarities they really had were a beard, dark hair, and they were both Mexican. But I'm like, that didn't look like the man I'd been talking to for 6 weeks or 6 months. Like, hello, I've seen him. I've video called him. I've been 24/7 with him. And I said, that does not look like him really. Unless that was like a picture from like 10 years ago, maybe. And just well more groomed and shaved and trimmed up and stuff. But I was like, I don't know. I was like, girl, just do it. You know as well as I do, you cannot afford to say no to this reservation. So just do it. Just do it. And so the day arrived, he was showing up to the house, and I was in the bathtub. I was in a salt bath. And all the lights were pretty much off in the house, and it was just me here. I'd been home alone for the first time in like 10 months. I'd had like the house alone. It is not common. It is not common. I could have 5 to 6 roommates at any given time. So it was really uncommon for me to have the house to myself. And so all the lights were off, including the bathroom light. But I was in the bathtub just taking a salt bath. And I saw the lights come on the night that he was here, the night that he was due to come. I saw him flip on the kitchen lights. The bathroom door was closed. I saw it through the door creak thing at the bottom, you know? What is that called? The door, whatever. And I said, oh shit, should I yell hi through the bathroom? No, don't do that, Jenna. Don't do that. That's so fucking weird. Don't do that. So I just decided, never mind. I guess I'm going to just sneak attack him later, I guess. I don't know. I feel so bad because if it's a totally different Marco, then this poor sap is going to be completely bombarded by the fact that he thinks he's home alone right now, and I'm just going to be like, hi. And I just didn't know what to do. I was like, but if it's my ex, well, he obviously knows I'm here. But if it's not my ex, you know? So I got out of the bath and I went upstairs, and this guy had his door wide open. The light was on. It was the only light in the house. It was on pretty much. He had the door open, and he was just standing there with on his phone, just like looking down at his phone, when I was like, hello. And he was like, whoa, hi. And I said, well, hi, my name is Jenna. And I pretended I didn't know his name because, well, I mean, I don't want to fucking seem like a creeper. Like, well, I already know everything about you, basically. But no, I said, hi, what's your name? Just to make sure. And anyway, we shook hands. And oh my God, that was the sexiest handshake I've ever received in my life. And within 5 minutes, I was already practically foaming at the mouth of how beautiful this man was. I noticed there was no ring. And I was like, God damn. Like, this man must be, oh man. I just assumed he'd probably had a girlfriend or something. And then I found out, no, he doesn't. Single's a Pringle. I'm like, okay. So within the first 5 minutes, I'd already found out he was pagan. He definitely believes in like, you know, what is it? What, not Greek, the other one. What's the other one? The, you know, Thor and, oh, come on, Odin, and come on, guys. It's right there at the tip of my tongue. He's pagan. Oh, Norse mythology. And oh my God, he even has tattoos of runes on his body. And I'm just like, thank you, God. Thank you, God. I wanted a tatted man. I wanted a pagan. I'm pagan as well, and I love Norse mythology. I'm really getting into it. It's fucking lovely. I love Goddess Freya. She's like my favorite thing in the whole world right now. I freaking love that. And anyway, when I saw the runes and I saw the pagan tattoo on his neck, I was like, sir, what is that? Who are you? And I literally looked into his eyes, and it was so intense. You ever looked in somebody's eyes and they're just so mesmerizing that you like literally have to look away? Yeah, no, I did that. I was like, whoa. Does anybody ever tell you that your eyes are like portals or some shit? It just like glues people in. He's like, oh, I'm sorry, darling. Are they that intense? I was like, ah, they are, but can you look at me again, please? Can you do it again? Come back. And then so he started asking me what I do, and he started asking me like, so how long you been here? And I said, oh well, I mean, I'm renting week to week, and sometimes it works and sometimes it is literally a crapshoot. And I'm here about one more day. He's like, yeah, I didn't even know anybody was here. There's like, the lights were off and I didn't know anybody was here. And I assumed he went to the kitchen and saw my fridge was bare empty because I couldn't even afford food. I didn't even have food for 2 weeks. And he was like, so have you eaten, darling? Oh God, he calls people darling, and I think it's the cutest thing. Have you eaten, darling? And I was like, oh man, no, I have not eaten. And oh God, I was thinking to myself, could we have Mexican tonight? Please. So anyway, he goes, give me your phone number. I'm going to go get us some dinner. And I was like, God, what the fuck is this? He's like, yeah, I'm on my way to go get dinner for myself, and I might as well get dinner for you too then, huh? And I was like, oh my Lord, sir. Yes, Mexican, please. So I said, okay, you go do that, and I'm gonna go to the dining table, and I'm gonna go make up the table for us, okay? And he goes, nah, we should just have it in my room. wait. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. What did you say to me, sir? I'll never forget it. I'll never forget it. It was the most. And then we started talking about the fact that we're on a cemetery, and I didn't know it. I'd been here 10 months. I knew some weird shit was going on back there. I knew it. I knew it. There was a portal thing that happened. Couple roommates are very spiritual, and along the 10 months, they were telling me things were going bump in the night in this house, and I knew it was very spiritual. I'm a psychic medium, so I knew that I was getting a little bit more activity than normal, but I just didn't realize we were on a fucking cemetery. And I'm pretty sure there's a pet cemetery in the backyard, but in the forest right behind me, there's a cemetery, and that's all there is in the forest. So I was like, oh, burial grounds? No, that makes sense. Yeah, and he's like, well, I'm a psychic medium. Of course you are. Love that. He's like, yeah, I walk past that one room. It gives me weird vibes. That room is something. And I'm like, yeah, if only you knew. If only you knew. That we have problems with that room. And anyway, he basically told me, he's like, he pulled up the GPS, the Google Maps, and he was like, yeah, see, here's the cemetery. And I was like, shut the fuck up, dude. I told all my friends there's something back there. I just assumed it was a fucking family of Yeti. Bigfoot or some shit. I didn't know what it was. I knew it was something. I thought maybe military. I thought underground. Something. I didn't realize it was a burial ground, though. That makes sense. And so he was telling me about how he's a psychic medium and how he sees spirit, and he just ignores them. He just sees them and he says, fuck out of here. I don't want to talk to you. And I'm like, yeah, that's what I do for the living, too. Yeah. So for me to manifest a psychic medium, literally using a mirror portal in his room. And that was the kicker. The craziest shit too was he goes, so, or I told him right out the gate. I even told him how my ex had the same name as him. And I'm like, that's a little fishy, right? And he loved it. He's like, I love weird shit. Keep telling me. I love it. Because I was at first going to shut the fuck up. Could you believe that? At first, I wasn't going to say shit. I was just going to keep that little tidbit of nugget of information to myself, but something told me, blurt it out. And I started to, and I was like, never mind. I'll tell you that another day. And he goes, no, darling, tell me. Tell me, I love it. And I said, I officially ended something with an ex a couple days ago, literally the day that you booked this reading, or this, not this reading, you booked this reservation. And, yeah, my ex-boyfriend has the same name as you. And it's not even a common name, Marco. That's not a common name. And he was like, damn, that is a little crazy. And I was like, oh yeah, and he's pagan too. Yeah. Norse mythology, Viking kind of thing. Although you're way more Viking than he is. Trust me, I can see that from a mile away. You're much more Viking. Heavy emphasis on the king part. Okay. So then he told me he has books about Norse mythology in his car. He's like, want me to go get one? He never ended up giving me a book, but damn, I wanted to read it so bad. And yeah, I was just like, dude, I fucking manifested you, okay? I just know I did. Then he said, before I told him about the mirror, he goes, oh, I really like, though, that whoever put this mirror in here, and I said, yeah? He's like, they did a good job, because they put the mirror, which is a portal, and they put it towards the window, which is good because if anything comes through the mirror, it just goes out the house. And I was like, dude, how do you know that? First of all, and then I was like, oh, that was me. That was me. And he also, when I first showed up, he was complaining to the Airbnb host because there was sage on the bed. And that was me too. I didn't mean to. I didn't know that I had sage. I was clearing the room. I didn't know I got it on the bed. And so he was like, yeah, it's cool. It's not a big deal. So, yeah, how long you been here?
And I'm just like, who are you? And yeah, so I basically manifested the most beautiful, gorgeous, divine being into my life. And within 5 minutes, we both just knew. We both just knew. It was a one night stand. It was the most beautiful, amazing thing. And well, I assumed he'd be here for 3 weeks. So, I mean, I got involved knowing that, like, we'd probably hang out again. And then he got an emergency call. So he was only here 2 days, but I'd only been with him once. He was so busy the next day, I didn't even get to see him. So we only had that one encounter. And then when he left, for about 3 weeks, nothing, no contact, nothing at all, nothing at all. I would text him like the first few days. I was kind of still hung up, So I would like text him, and it was kind of like but it wasn't like a desperate thing, but it was like he's not texting you back, girl. So why are you still texting this man, huh? It was like that. And so I started slowly in the next few days, I stopped texting him altogether. And then 3 weeks later, I get a fucking phone call at 8 in the morning. And he's like, hey, darling, you want to come downstairs? What do you mean? For what? Why are you calling me? Is this a dream? I'd been having dreams of him. I'd been speaking telepathically to him, and I'd been still manifesting him. So I was like, for what? What am I coming downstairs for? And he's like, so guess who's back in town? Yeah. And I remember I was like, when we were talking, and I said, portals open and they close. And that's just how it is. You're going to break my heart in 5 minutes again, probably. And he's like, yeah, portals open and they close and then they open again. And it was implied that, I don't know, I was just getting that he has some seriously deep feelings. Yeah. And anyway, they must not have been that deep, because once again, he had to leave town. And I think he's just trying to keep it like, maybe keep his heart from breaking, because God knows mine is. So, yeah. Came back. Ironically, the universe brought him back yet again. Right to the same butthole town. On the big map of USA, we're right here in the butthole of Iowa, right in the middle, right there. Right in the middle. I just put my nose in the butthole, didn't I? Right there. That is where I'm at on the map. And so of all the places for that man to be, it was very odd, again, that he showed up. And anyway, I was torn up again when he left. Once again, sad. But that was like maybe a week ago, about, I would say. And I've just been kind of, going through that and the financial issues, which, I've been struggling, but it's like, whatever God has for me, God has for me, I just wish that my business could be doing as well as I'm getting the business for this woman. Like, damn, if I have not been clearing the air in this house, clearing and saging and smudging, and I swear to you, she has had 4 different reservations for like months, like long term, since that guy showed up. So everything is doing more fruitful. Everything is more prosperous for seemingly everyone else but myself, because I'm in a state of heartbreak. Just want that guy back, honestly. I just want him back. But anyway. So I told my Airbnb host, I was like, listen, I didn't want to tell you at first, so I kind of lied by omission, but that wasn't my ex. I didn't know how to tell you, but he's like my ex, but just kind of better. Do you know what I mean? And she's like, oh, I see. The portal. I was like, yeah. She's like, maybe it's a portal of love. She's like, it's a portal to your heart. She's so fucking cute. Yeah. I was like, yeah, it's basically a portal to my heart, honey. And thankfully a portal to your wallet, because even though he was only here 2 days, I hope you got to keep his money, girl. It's non-refundable, so I'm pretty sure she kept his money. That it's not even his money, it's his company's money because he gets per diem. So I was like, girl, keep that money. You keep that money, mamas. That's right. Us hardworking women, we keep that. Thank you. So you're not getting that shit back. You broke Jenna's heart, damn it. I'm keeping your money. But yeah, if only my business could do as fucking well. Yeah. It's coming. It's coming, I'm sure. I'm kind of more on the cutting edge of businesses. Mine is more of a niche kind of business. I definitely help psychic mediums come into their psychic medium gifts. I'm starting to notice it's a very, very teeny tiny market. Hers is a little bit more of like a, everybody needs a place to stay sometimes. You know, mine is just more like, I find one psychic a year and I'm like, oh, let's work together. And like that sucks. But yeah, no, at least though, I manifested a psychic medium into my life, a psychic extra large. Thank you. But yeah, I did. I manifested that and I'm very glad that I did. And I don't think I'm going to stop anytime soon. I'm hung up on that guy and I'm not going to stop. I like him a lot. And, you know, it kind of even made me for a second consider, like, is it possible I was with my ex and he was, like, in a weird spiritual way, cloaking himself as this new guy or something? Like, that's when I started believing in destiny swapping. And I started believing that maybe there are... Maybe there are many Marcos out there, or there's just a troll named Marco 41122 just to piss me off. Thank you. Thanks for the $1.99. May it bless you 1,000-fold. But that is exactly the kind of shit I'm talking about. How ironic that I'm literally talking about the name between my ex and this guy, Marco. And it was like, how ironic. And I started thinking, what if there was somebody that was trying to pretend to be this new one, you know? And that's why my ex and I, we could never work out, you know? Every time we tried to get together, like I tried to move there, or he tried to move here for 6 months, it wasn't working. And I'm just like, okay, so I'm just gonna move on. And then boom, the universe rewarded me instantly with another guy, a 2.0. Trust me. Way better. And it's just, maybe that's how the universe works, you know? Maybe God is trying to show us something and just have us give up on something and be like, okay, I don't want this anymore. It's too much of a struggle. And then boom, a new manifestation comes in, a new blessing comes in, you know? Because maybe that's how it is. I don't know. But I just started to really believe in portals. I started to believe in quantum entanglement, quantum mechanics, quantum leaping, timeline shifting, like all of it since meeting this guy. And this was only like maybe a month ago when I met him. So all this in like 1 month, just my mind just completely blown open. And that's how I really do believe that this man is my real soulmate, like my real one. Because I think that when you meet your real twin flame, you grow so much exponentially. Like everything in your life, you go through so many trials and tribulations quickly, and you ascend faster than you ever have. And that's what's been happening to me. So yeah, about a week ago, he came back. I wasn't going to tell anybody. I was going to keep it to myself because I don't know. I thought that if you share your news with people ahead of time, they fucking ruin your plans. So I wasn't going to tell anybody. I even told him, I was like, I'm not going to tell anybody that you showed up. I think I'm just going to keep that little tidbit to myself. I'm not going to have anybody fucking ruin this. Yeah, and so I blurted it out today. So, whatever. It's fine. It's fine. Whatevs. But he did come back, and I'm really excited. And then he left just as quickly. So we'll see. We'll see. All I know is I'm really struggling right now with, I guess talking about this kind of makes me feel better because it makes me remember my power. It makes me remember, like, bitch, you manifested that dude through a fucking mirror in 1 hour. The room hadn't been touched in a month. And within 1 hour of clearing the room, clearing the house with sage, and putting a mirror in that room, a new guy with the same name as the ex-boyfriend you just dumped showed up 10 feet from you. Come on, make it make sense. Like, goddamn, if you're not powerful, Jenna, shut the fuck up about money. Shut up about being struggling and all. I'm so up shit's creek and that. Fuck that. Like, I say these things not for you. I say it for myself. I talk about this stuff because it reminds me of my true power. I manifested him out of thin air. And if I want to, I'll do it again, goddammit. And again and again and again if I damn well please. So, do I damn well please? Because I really miss me some pagan worship at his altar, honey. Honey. Oh, those tattoos. Those tattoos. They're criminal. Oh, those tattoos, honey. No. And it's where they're at, too. And you know the craziest shit? I'm going to tell you the craziest shit. I don't think you're ready for this magic. They both had a gauge piercing, my ex and this new guy. They had the same name. They're both pagan. They're both into Norse mythology. And they both had a gauge piercing, you know, but it was ripped out. Both of them had it ripped out. Yeah. And they're both Mexican. Right. See, that's what I'm saying. Why am I sitting here so fucking worried about money? Like, bitch, you're a goddess. What are you worried about? Girl, you are money. You are money. What? So yeah, no, the similarities between these two was just freaking nuts, dude. He was just a way better version. Way better. And whatever. If God doesn't want me with that one, whatevs, you know? Whatevs. He's pretty much amazing. And I really did like it. And I really did like him. And I really still do like him. So we'll see. Oh, and he gives the best hugs, too. Oh. He's sexy, honey. That man is sexy. That man is all sexy. And he knows it, too. Oh, you know, I just know that man's beat him off with a stick. And I just couldn't even believe he was single. I was like, ain't no way in hell. I was like, there's no ring on your finger. Is it because you just don't believe in it? And he just implied, he's like, I'm just too busy. I'm busy. Yeah. Busy stealing hearts and then breaking them right in two. Anyway, when he came back, I told him, I'll never forget it. I'll never forget. One of the things I said was, why are you here? Just so you can break my heart again in 5 minutes? Oh, I'm not going to do that to you, darling. Any man that laces his sentences with darling is certainly going to do that. I'll never do that to you, darling. Right. And I'm Kermit the Frog. Anyway, so my heart was broken yet again last week when you left. And so I've been dealing with that on top of this whole like coven situation where I've told my ex from the past, fuck off, rotten hell, and keep your money right up your bunghole. Basically told a bunch of millionaires, I don't need your money and I don't want you because I think you're into some dark nefarious shit and I don't want anything to do with it. And then I got punished because of it, especially financially, because they're a group of really powerful witches and warlocks. However, I just told you a story that is 100% true. And as God is my witness, may God strike me dead right now, is 100% the truth. And so if that story is the truth, then that means I am extremely powerful. And so they may need 60 people in a coven and a whole bunch of millions. But honey, I have pennies to my name and I'm one girl in bumfuck Iowa. And I just manifested a God into my life not once but twice. So I'll tell you something. I don't think I really get what my power is yet. I don't think I understand yet. If I woke up completely to who I really am, yeah, I don't think I'd be even crying ever again. But sometimes you look at the 3D and you have to cry because you're just like, damn, if I'm not disappointed in you, Bank of America. It's not the bank's fault. But I am pissed at you too, BOA. I'm pissed. And I'm upset too. I'm sad that I manifested this gorgeous being into my life not once but twice, and both times he just disappeared. But man, if I don't feel him getting close though, if I don't feel the way that he misses me and I miss him, I can tell. You just know. I'm a psychic. You just know. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. I just wanted to cry because I had nothing better to do today than cry to you about my financial woes. And if only I knew how powerfully to put money in my bank account too. Sure, I can manifest a freaking Norse god into my bedroom, but I can't make $1 to save my life. Well, it's because my business, I get it now. Like, it's such a niche market, you know? It's like, I help psychic mediums that are just now coming into their gifts, or they're going through a big transition in their spirituality, and it's like, thankfully, yeah, the world's waking up, so I'm in like the perfect place to have a future business, but right now it's kind of, you know, people are just now understanding that it's even a spiritual world. So I'm like a couple years ahead of my time. I should have fucking owned an Airbnb. I would have made so much more money. But I'm not doing this for the money. Trust me. I've probably made less than $2 an hour this whole year. I'm not doing it for the money. I'm doing it for my soul. I'm doing it just to survive, really, at this point. But yeah, I've been for 10 months, I've been booking this Airbnb, and I've been living on a cemetery this whole time. And it's been lovely because the travelers that come by, you know, I help them with their spiritual, you'd be surprised. You'd be surprised how many just normal people, normal men come through these doors, and they are like very spiritually gifted. Well, probably because it summons people. I'm convinced that cemetery summons a lot of these psychics. And so they get here, and I coach them, or I mentor them, or I guide them in some way, or they get a reading from me, and I'm just like, yeah, you're pretty gifted. And I'm just excited to start working with more gifted people, you know? And once my heart can fully just heal after having been tortured for 6 months by a witch coven, and then before that, last year, also having been in a coven, that one was, I physically lived with 3 witches and a warlock in Omaha last year. And that basically almost killed my soul. I'm surprised I lived. In fact, that one was so bad. That one was so bad that I actually, while I was high, just to get away from it, I was smoking so much weed just to be able to survive that while I was high one day, I got so out of my mind high that I saw a parallel reality where I was dead. I saw my dead body. Like I was almost out of my body looking at another version of me that was literally dead. Like I had been flatlined in that house. So I saw that I didn't actually make it. It's like my spirit made it, but my body didn't. It was very weird. I don't know. That was the crazy shit. I would, just to survive that group, I would stay to myself and I would just wake and bake. Like I'd wake up, smoke, and all the way through the day. And it was the worst. It was the worst experience of my entire life. I am surprised I'm still alive. So what I do is I help women that have been in situations like that. Like I was trafficked last year. I had to sell my car. I was very much made dependent, completely dependent on a warlock at a house. And I did not know that there was a group of witches there. I had no idea that it was like that. I just thought there's this chick renting out one of the apartments and it happened to be his ex, and he's booting her out, kicking her to the curb. And that did happen. He did eventually evict her, but in the same time, he also made me homeless. So that was the worst experience of my entire life. And I had so many lessons that I learned about witchcraft, about survival instincts, about everything. Mormonism, poly relationships. Oh my God. I learned about just, ugh. In what, 6 months, in that whole experience, I learned so fucking much. My street smarts are through the roof. Making money, yeah. I need to really, that's like where I'm really, that's my thing I need to work on. But like manifesting someone to be kind to me in this place, that's easy. I even just manifested a friend. He's so lovely. He's a new guy here. He's such an adorable old man. He's so cute and he's so loving. He's so sweet. Oh, he's honestly like the most amazing thing. And I'm just so happy we're friends. Like yesterday, we just sat and talked for hours about just both of us. It was so fun. And he's just so beautiful. First day he got here, he went and spent hundreds on Christmas stuff just to decorate the house. The first day he was here. I was like, what? He's like, yeah, just why not? And I'd be like, can I hug you? He's like, yeah, bring it in. Bring it in. I love hugs. Dude, why are you so fucking adorable? So when it comes to bringing in sweet people into my life like that, people are not hard for me to manifest. Oh, people are the easiest. It's just, for whatever reason, money. Like, I don't know. I think it's just because I was poor when I was growing up. Like we were so poor. There was this one time we were, I think, almost $100,000 in debt. My mom had a gambling addiction and gambled away our college funds and everything. Like we didn't have money. There was this one time when I had to go to the doctor because we didn't even have vitamin C. And it was like we didn't even have fruits or vegetables. We were so poor. So I was literally raised to think that money is like, we should be afraid of it and we should repel it. And it's like stay away from me, you know? And I guess I took that into my adulthood, but yeah, I'm trying to get over that. I'm definitely trying to work on that because I don't want to hate money. Money's lovely. Money is making the world go round. I don't want to hate the one thing that is going to help provide for me. You know, I don't want to hate money. I want to love money. And so when I look at the 3D physical world and I see pennies to my name and I'm like, why is all this just, why? I get mad at God sometimes. I get mad at the universe. I get mad. You know, I just figure by now at 36 years old, my life would look different. I've just been through so much. Like most people wouldn't even believe me. I mean, I've been on the streets since January of 2023. Wait, what year is it? 25? 24. Last January. I had an eviction last January. It was just getting too expensive for me to keep up that apartment. And it was a studio apartment that I was all by myself. I had been it for 3 years, keeping up with it with just my business alone. And then being on the streets, baby, if that is not Hunger Games, I swear to God, if that does not throw you into that feeling of fight or flight. And if you're in the state of fight or flight all the time, it does a number on your psyche, your body, mind, soul, and spirit starts to be in that like, I'm so scared all the time, you know? And I think that's really when I have millions, I know I know who I will be helping. I know what I will be doing. And this is exactly how God wanted it, you know? I'm pretty sure God wanted me to learn all of these lessons, especially helping in all these Airbnbs that I was staying at. I would help the owners. Like, I'm practically the cleaner for free. But I'm the host. Anytime somebody new comes in, I'll help them with their stuff. I'll show them around the house. I'll teach them that we're on a cemetery. I've been doing that lately. Well, this new guy, I told him we're on a cemetery, and he was like, damn it. If I would have known that, I probably wouldn't have booked. Yeah, I know. That's probably why a lot of people don't sell their houses. It's because shit is haunted. And I'm pretty sure that's why this place hadn't been renting until I came around. Until I did a little bippity boppity boo action and got my freaking Airbnb host money. You're welcome, lady. If anything, I should be getting a free week of rent. Remember that. Remember that. But yeah, anyway, I don't really normally have a problem manifesting people. That's not really the problem for me. I naturally assume that I am loved and I am taken care of and that good people come to me and that I am friendly, and people aren't the problem. People are the easiest thing to manifest, but for me, it's just been money. And I think it's because I have this struggle mindset after been on the streets for 2 years. Like when the top 5 people in your phone are homeless people, you know, your top 5 go-to friends have either been trafficked as women. I've met women that have been trafficked, like myself, on the street. I've met men eating out of dumpsters. I've met people that live under a fucking semi at Walmart because they don't have money. When you put those people as like your mentors and your guides, it's like you really start to take on their personality and their mindset. And so for me, in the 2 years that I've been since I had my eviction, and I was either living in my car, in a shelter, or in my Airbnbs. And in all that time, it really does mess up your psyche. It can really fuck with your brain so much. And no one deserves homelessness. No one deserves to be on the street. No one. Everyone should have a home. Every single person on the planet should have a home. And this is what I love to teach, is I love to teach that you really can have it all. And then I get to this point where I'm so overwhelmed by emotions and shit that is normal human interactions and stuff. And I just cry because I'm just like, where did all my knowledge go? Where did all my faith go? Where did all of it go? I'm just sad right now. Just sad because I'm looking with my physical eyeballs and I'm not walking by faith, I'm walking by sight, and that's the problem. And so anyway, if any of you have ever wanted to help your girl, and that's a big if, trust me, I get lately you probably don't like me. Not a lot of people do. I've been fending off a lot of trolls and angry aggressors that have been coming at me, and I get mean, and I get loud, and I get pretty fucking vocal and telling people to fuck right off. But I'm also trying to survive. I'm also trying to survive the Hunger Games, okay? I'm trying out here to escape a freaking death cult that wanted my soul. So sometimes you just have to tell a fucker to fuck himself, you know what I mean? So I get it. I'm not like a crowd favorite. I'm not everybody's favorite girl right now, but if you've ever had any teeny tiny smidgen of kindness in your heart and you've ever wanted to help your girl, today would be a lovely day to do so. If anybody had a heart. but not a lot of people do anymore. And that's okay. That's okay. It's Christmas. You know, lots of people are spending on their families that they like more than me. Why not? You're your family to look after. But there's just some things that I think God is trying to align in my life. And I'm not exactly sure what it means right now, where I'll be going. Who knows where I'll be going, honestly. I have no idea. But I do know that God's got me. And I have faith of that at least. And that's why I talk about that experience so much, about that guy that I manifested, who I'm madly in love with, because I like to remind myself, like, I did that. The owner of the house gave me permission to sage the house, and I did. From the basement all the way, I cleared the whole house. I opened windows, cleared it all out. And within 1 hour, there was already a booking. So, and you know, the cleaner, she had supposedly smudged. She saged the house like a few days before. That's what she said. She's like, well, it's already been done. And I was like, girl, are you sure? Because I was like, I didn't smell any smoke. And trust me, the vibes don't feel any different here. So if she did it, I don't think she did a good job. Okay. I think it's all about intention. And I was like, listen, I'll do it again for you if you want. I have my own sage. I'll do it. And she's like, yeah, please. I just want the vibes different. And because her intention and my intention were the same, boom, she got a 3-week booking. Her business just has gone up and up and up and up and up and up since then. Literally, it's just been better and better and better. Oh, man. See, that's what I'm saying. I am powerful, but god damn if I'm not powerful for everybody else. So, anyway, I just really could use the help. And if anybody has ever had, you know, you've ever benefited from anything I've done or said or any of my free readings or anything like that, and you want to give back, please know that I really, really could use it at this time. It really would be kind of amazing. It would be kind of like a Christmas miracle. It really would. It'd be a Hail Mary. I would thank the heavens, trust me on this. And I would ask that it would bless you 1,000-fold. So if you've ever watched my content and you've ever wanted to give back, please know I set intentions that it'll bless you 1,000-fold. So there are many subconscious contradictions in this story. There are many subconscious contradictions in you. You get defensive. It's to protect yourself. I.e. telling others they're projecting. Watch your videos back in a state of meditation and look hard at yourself, Jenna. Look hard at yourself, Jenna. What am I looking at? Look harder, Jenna. Look hard at yourself. Thank you so much. What's your name? Don't care. Moving on. So the thing is, while the whole world is practically on fire, I want to be that version of me that can sustain whatever the 3D is showing me and be like, yeah, that shit's garbage. Pennies to my name, that's a joke. I'm a trillionaire. What do you mean? So that's my goal. That's my hope today, is to still be consistently, even if you have these moments, like that's what you have to realize. Like even if you go through your emotional outpouring and you have your moments of crying, you know, to know that nothing can mess up your manifestation. Nothing. Not someone's opinion, not some snot rags, not looking at your bank account and seeing 47 cents and being like, oh, no, nothing can. Nothing can mess up your manifestation, not even your emotions. So sometimes just going through the motions of the emotions is the best thing you can do. Sometimes it's just like unlocking trapped emotions in your body. Because as much as this is spiritual and as much as this is all in the psyche and it's in the mind, you have to realize too, there's a lot of like stored emotions in our body. And sometimes you just have to cry and you just have to be like, I fucking hate everything and everyone and I think God sucks. And then you like pound your steering wheel and cry and then go to work. You know, sometimes that's just how it is. It's just like a mini ego death. And you just cry and just say like, oh my God, I freaking hate everything and everyone, blah, blah, blah. And then you just go on with your day, and it's way better. But yeah, sometimes it's trapped emotion, and that will never stop you from getting what you want. So if anybody has ever tried to make you feel bad for expressing emotion and being sad when you're sad and happy when you're happy and angry when you're angry, don't let it. That's not how manifestation works. It doesn't stop anything. Just because you have a bad day, it doesn't stop anything. You're still a millionaire in spirit. Just because you're crying and having a little temper tantrum doesn't mean that you're any less loved, any less chosen by God, any less protected. Just because you're angry and bitter where the world has led you for 2 years doesn't make you any less loved by God. Just because you're fending off people and attacks constantly, trying to protect yourself in a really cold, dark, fucked up world does not make you any less loved by God. Truly. And it may make you a lot less loved by people that view you and watch you, but they already hate themselves. So it's like they don't love their own life. Why would they like yours? They don't even love their own stories they tell. Why would they like yours? You know? So to really put it into context, no matter what you do, you cannot fail, and your manifestation is guaranteed. Even if you cry, even if you for days or months or whatever, you go against the grain, it doesn't matter. You will still get your manifestation. Period. It's guaranteed. And this is why I talk about this stuff on my channel, because this is why I'm so transparent, and I just like to talk myself out of a bad situation because I like to hear myself talk. I always get out of it. I'm always my biggest cheerleader. By the time I'm done, I'm like, damn, bitch, you're a millionaire. Why are you crying? I'm like, what is wrong with you? But yeah, sometimes you really have to hear yourself think, you know? People have asked me all the time, they're like, do you really love hearing yourself talk? I'm like, yeah, bitch, why don't you? Don't you love it too? Isn't that why you're listening to me? You can't click off or unsubscribe. That sounds like a you problem. That sounds like an issue, not an ish me. So yeah, I've had people say like, does she just like hearing herself talk for real? For real? Yeah. When I talk, it always makes sense. So anyway, I appreciate you listening or not listening, whatever. Great. No skin off my back, honey. If people listen to me, great. If they don't, great. I will be listening to me, and I know the universe will be listening to me. So here was my plea for help, and we'll see what God does with that. We'll see what the universe does. It does what it does. If it means that I'm on a freaking street corner tomorrow, not in that way. That actually sounded really bad. I would never sell my body for money. Absolutely not. First of all, men can't afford this. You know, and I will say in the 2 years that I've been on the street, like that's never been something I've had to do. God told me, you don't have to do that. I've been propositioned for it many times, but it doesn't mean that I did it. So I know my soul. I know my soul and where it's at with the good Lord. And I just know that one day when I'm off the streets completely, and I don't have to ever worry about this shit ever again, I know exactly the types of people I'm helping. I know exactly what I'm going to be doing. I just know. Homelessness needs to be dealt with. It needs to be dealt with, and it needs to be dealt with at a practical level. It also needs to be dealt with at a spiritual level, and it also needs to be dealt with at an emotional level, because it's not just finances. It has everything to do with our psyche, and it has that fight or flight mode. When you're in that fight or flight mode, that's when money kind of is repelled. You repel money. You don't even realize you're doing it. So one day I will definitely be doing something very profound, hopefully, for homelessness on this planet. And I think I was put in this exact situation. Same with these Airbnbs. Like I would be, over the last 2 years, if God had enough grace and mercy and I happened to get a place, like a bed, I would help the Airbnb hosts do whatever it is they needed. So I also know how to, well, practically run an Airbnb for a lady too. So and help her bring in more business. Damn. I actually am pretty valuable. So I need to start seeing myself that way. Yeah. So I will take that advice and really give myself a really hard look. Oh, I'll look so hard. Take a look at yourself, Jenna. I will be doing that today. And I will be remembering how I am the fucking GOAT, the greatest of all time. Thank you so much. I will be remembering exactly who the fuck I am today. I'll be giving it real hard look. I will do that, exactly. And I thank you so much for the $1.99, whoever gave me $2. Thank you. That's so crazy. I was literally mentioning my ex, the name Marco, and Marcos, and Marco. And ironically enough, a guy named Marco donated. Thank you. That's kind of crazy, huh? I mean, could it just be a troll that was listening? And yeah, sure, for sure. It could be real. Could be that's just happened. That just is coincidence, I guess. But yeah, I really thank you guys. If I've ever helped you in any way and you've ever wanted to give back, please know that it would really, really help a lot right now. And if not, that's cool too. Whatever the universe does tomorrow, the universe does tomorrow. You get to this point where you don't really care. It's just like, I don't care. Whatever. I'll pack my shit up and go live under a bridge. I don't fucking care anymore. Pack it up. Does it take away a crown of a queen where you live, your address? Does it take away the fact that you are a sovereign being? Does it take away the goodness of your soul? Does it take away because of your fucking address? Does it take away your divinity because of where you live or how much money you have in your bank account or what clothes you wear or what skin color you are or what size you are? God, no, it doesn't. And that's, if I ever learned anything, it's that other people's projections of who you are does not dictate who you really are. So I think that so many people that are homeless, that's the one thing. We're always ashamed. There's shame. There's so much shame associated with homelessness. And that is the one thing I wish I could take away. Not even money problems for people, but the shame. And that's what I try to do when people come here because, well, honestly, because of the cemetery, I think that's why it's a cheaper rate than most places. To be honest. I mean, she never advertised that. I didn't know there was a cemetery in the backyard, but whatever. I think that's why the rent is a little bit cheaper than most places around here. And so the people that show up are probably one step away from homelessness too. And I try my best when they get here to take away the shame. I try to just see them as a person, help them as a person, heal them as a person, hear what they have to say as a person. And when I get the vibe that somebody's not really ready for healing or they don't really want advice or guidance, I just leave them alone. You know what I mean? If they just want a pity party or they just whatever, I'm okay, never mind. But if they're genuinely trying to change your life, this one guy came and he was an elementary school substitute teacher. And he showed up here and he was just so chatty. But I was like, Jenna, I bet you have something to teach this man. Don't just be mean. But he was really, really talkative and he kind of caught. I was like, okay, sir, I've got things to do. But he was just so forward. And I was like, listen. And then I just went boom, 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 and told him, and girl, if he did not go through a fucking midlife crisis, the next time I saw him, he came in the house with a fucking motorcycle helmet on, and I didn't know it was him, and his car took a shit, he quit his job, he bought a motorcycle, shaved his head, and literally went on the fucking road. I swear to you. I swear. That man was going through a midlife crisis or some shit, honey. I tell you, this house is magical. But yeah, I think it's me that's magical. I think any house I go to will be magical. I'm Jenna the Magical. It's not this address that makes it. Just like being on a park bench, living under a bridge. Okay, so what? I won't be there long. I wouldn't be there long, you know? That doesn't make or break me. That doesn't decide who I am. Guys, your living situation does not take away the crown that you are as a god or a goddess. It doesn't define you. Don't let it define you. Take the shame away. Take the stigma away from homelessness. Like, there's so much shame, and then people that they can't even find money to wash their clothes, and then they start stinking and things. And it's like there's such a stigma around that too, and so much shame. And it's like, just I wish you would love yourself the way that God loves you. You know? I want to teach how to get out of this situation, because it's imperative that we all get out of this situation. And we stop looking at it like we're somehow defects or rejects, or we're not allowed to thrive because of where we've been or how we've had to live in the past. But we're entitled to such a beautiful life. We're entitled to so much more. And that's exactly what's going to happen. We're going to have so much more. Thanks. You have assisted me in gathering more content for my doctors. Perfect. I love that so much. I love that you study people so you can feel more entitled and more holier than thou, Sharilla. No, wait, what's your name? Cheryl. I love that you go around dissecting people's minds in order to make yourself richer. That's lovely. Go on, honey. Go have it. Go have all the abundance in the world as your doctorate. Go have all the degrees with zero heart. Because it looks like, to me, you have nothing but judgment. So you can go on any way but this way, because we don't do judgment here. We listen and we don't judge. But not Cheryl, see. Cheryl can't do that. Okay, makes sense. Gotta roll solo. Oh, damn. Game over. Yeah. Your time will come. Well, thank you so much, Marco. I appreciate that. Let me leap over there. Was he good or evil? Which one? I just woke up and saw you on my feed, hun. Wow, so your name really is Marco? That's not even a joke? You are beautiful. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, because you don't look... Yeah, you definitely don't look... No offense, you don't look... You don't... Is that your real... Viking for dollars. Wow. Is that your real profile picture? Damn. Yeah, you definitely don't look like my ex. Viking for dollars. I fucking love that name, though. Listen. I love dollars and I love Vikings. Jesus loves you, sister. 100%. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Psychic, only a psychic medium, huh? I would guess double extra large, and I'm not even psychic. Dude, I say that shit all the time. Is this your first time here? I say psychic medium extra extra large. Is this just your first time, huh? It's your first time. Oh, Jaleesa, bless your heart. I love you so much, honey. Oh, your beautiful superior white goddess, Jenna. Love you, beautiful. Edward, bless your heart. Thank you. I keep you in my prayers. Oh, Jesus loves you, queen. Thank you so much, king. Jesus loves you as well. Thank you. Thank you. Oh. Superior white goddess. Well, I am white and I am a goddess, so I mean, so I suppose I'm going to take that. Thank you. That's a beautiful compliment. I know my place as a black man. I respect you, beautiful queen. Wait, as a black man, you know your place? What do you mean? What do you mean? As a black man, you know your place. You're beautiful. You're a king. Your place is as a god. What do you mean? I know my place as a black man. Love you, beautiful. Oh. I think Edward, what? Hey, listen, Mr. Elliot. I think what you need to do is I think you need to pull your head from your arse. And I think you need to stop thinking that there's some sort of race division that would keep black men from white women. I think you need to realize that you are a god. That's what I think we all need to start doing. I think we need to take our divinity back. Thank you. Alyssa, okay, Jess, you're a real hater from your house. Not even in real life. Fuck. Oh, straight up, I hope everything works out for you. Fuck Jessica. Alyssa, you're too... That's kind of funny, though. I'm not going to lie. I think that's funny. I just got here. I like your voice. Thank you. Thank you, Toasty. I like my voice, too, normally when it's normal. I'm getting over COVID, so... you need some D. Vitamin D, perhaps. Some sunshine, good old sunshine. But, honey, I have a battery-operated boyfriend for the times I don't get any D, okay? How did it happen when you met the new man? Yeah, Alyssa, pretty cool story, huh? Hey, never had a man. Men never interested in me. I'd rather be single than worry about what they want from me. Okay, Natalie. This focus on the Lord. I do focus on the Lord, honey, every day. Idaho potatoes. Oh, thank you. Oh my God. I can't even believe how sweet you are. Jaleesa, I thank you. I thank you. And may it bless you 1,000-fold. Are you medicated? No, I'm not on medication for anything. I used to be. I used to be on antidepressants, antipsychotics, anti-anxiety meds. Then I used to be on sleeping meds to counteract all of those big pharma that I used to dump into my body. And then I just stopped and graduated therapy. Didn't need therapy anymore. The therapist literally told me she did not even have the ethics to have me on the couch anymore. And she was like, I'm gonna leave this space for another person that needs it, because honestly, you just need to hear yourself talk, Jenna. That's literally it. She's like, I can't even get a word in edgewise anyway. All you really need to do is just hear your damn self talk. She's like, I have to leave my spots open. So she graduated me and I just got off medication. I got off the bottle. I was drinking, I'd say like a fifth of vodka every 2 days. I used to be a raging alcoholic. Completely crazed lunatic, used to be really mean, really abusive. Now I'm just a bitch to some that deserve it. But overall, I'm a pretty nice person. I say nice. What is nice? What is good? I'm just truthful. And I'm just honest. I just give people the shit they give back to me. You know, I'm just a mirror. If you're a dick, I'm going to be a dick back. If you're a good person, I'm going to be a good person back, period. I'm tired of giving to people things they don't deserve. Do you know what I mean? I'm tired of giving to assholes kind compliments. And then when it comes to good people, giving them like harshness. I just want to be giving back to people that fucking deserve it. You know? That's all. I don't wish good karma or bad karma. I just wish karma. You know, if you're a dick, go get your karma. If you're a sweet old lady who breaks for turtles, go get your karma. You know, if you're a man that saves the dolphins, go get your karma. You see what I mean? I like to be that girl that I just dish it how I'm served it. That's what I like. And no, I don't need medication for that. So no, and I'm not on drugs either. I don't even drink alcohol anymore. I one time, once or twice a year, will even drink. And it'll just be for one day and then I'll be done. So it can be done. It can be done. You can literally go from being an addict, an alcoholic, a drug user, a sex addict, all that, and still have that once in a while. Like if God ever grants me the millions that I know I'm destined for, I will one day buy edibles again. And I will probably drink at a New Year's party if I ever get invited and anybody ever likes me. So, I mean, and then I'll put the bottle down. and then I'll stop smoking. And I'll eat a cheeseburger, and then I'll eat a salad, and then that's what it is. That's what life is supposed to be. Life is supposed to be balance. And so the whole, do you do medication or are you on medication? What really pisses me off is the way that people assume I am. Or just to trigger and troll people. This is exactly what it is. People that don't know you, they want to project onto you who you are so other people get an idea of you. So here it is. I've never done any drug heavier than marijuana ever, as God is my witness. I have never sold my body for sex ever, as God is my witness. I do not even smoke marijuana right now because I can't even afford it. The only drug I can afford is Jesus right now. So yeah, and no, I'm not an alcoholic. And no, I have no ring on my finger. I'm not settling for just anybody. I'm going all the way, and I'm going to be getting exactly what I fucking want. So I'm not stopping. I'm not stopping anytime soon. I'm going to claim that I'm abundant. I'm going to claim that I have everything I ever need because I do. And I know that it pisses a lot of people off, and you should stay the fuck pissed. Because it sounds like a you problem. Yeah? I think so many people try to project onto others what they really secretly want them to be instead of asking, what are you really? So, yeah, the whole projection's like, are you on medications? No, and why should I be? Look, if you want to be on meds, go be on meds. I don't care. Go about your life. I'm not a doctor. Go get yourself adjusted. Go get yourself regulated in the mind, honey. That serotonin shit is no joke. But I don't need that. I'm crying today. I'm hella emotional because of what my bank account looks like. But I'm not here to, promote meds or not to promote meds. I'm just not on medication. I used to be, and now I'm not. I used to be an alcoholic, and now I'm not. I used to be a drug addict. No, I'm not. Well, I didn't say drug addict, but I mean pothead. Is that even really technically a drug? Well, President Trump is kind of making some headway on that. Did you guys see that he wanted to declassify it? I got word for be a lot more good things coming for marijuana users in the based on Trump. Like, I guess he's pretty cool with declassifying it, so maybe he'll decriminalize it soon, and then I don't know. But anyway, at a federal level, I mean. But anyway, yeah, no, I love me some ganja, THCA, some hemp. But yeah, to just presume that a girl is on meds, I mean, I know it's a troll thing, it's a tactic because you really need the fucking attention, and I get that. I get you need attention. But in this new age that we're in a new world order now, guys. You got to really understand that when you project that stuff onto people who know themselves, they're going to send it right back to you energetically, and you will be getting paid. There will be consequences that you will have to pay now because karma is a real thing. So when you meet somebody who knows themselves and you try to project some garbage onto them, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. No, I'm not on medication. And no, I don't need to be on medication. You may think I need to be on medication. Thank God you're not you're not a doctor. You're an armchair warrior, probably. Although we do have what's-her-noodle in here going for doctorate. Congratulations. Would you like an award? You'll have one soon enough, honey. You're going to have a degree, and it's going to be all about how amazing you are versus everybody else. How you're the most aligned and mentally sound while the rest of us are just fucking lab rats being studied by you. Congratulations. You found a girl on the internet who's going through a rough time today, and you wanted to act holier than thou for your thesis. Congrats. Yay for doctorates. I love that for you. You have zero heart, zero compassion, but yet you will have a degree to be diagnosing people with mental disorders because you claim that you're, I don't know, God herself. We'll see. Anyway, the point is, I love that a lot of armchair warriors want to say what they want to say, but just know the truth. The truth is I've never done any drug harder than weed, and I'm not on medication, and I'm not an alcoholic, and I'm not a drug user, and I'm not a whole bunch of things that people say I am. So anyway, thank you for being here. If I've ever helped you in any way, you've wanted to help me, just know that it would go so far right now, and I really appreciate it, and I would. And I really would appreciate it. And I really would ask that you be blessed 1,000-fold for it. So I can't see any of these messages. Good for you. Nah, you shouldn't. I wish I didn't have to see them. All right. So I love you guys. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.